Hey, kia ora, Helen from Serenity Live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1390. Serenity Sunday, kinda. So Sundays is the day I like to take off, not have to do anything. But I had a decision to make. If you're watching yesterday, you know that I went and saw 2 houses. And I was waiting for answers to questions for the first house I went and saw, and also for the second. Oh, no, the second one was okay. That one I already knew. But one of the things that a lot of renters want to know that if you have dogs, what type of dog you have, and then they turn around and go yay or nay based on the breed. There are some very, yes, let's just say there's. So the one I saw, I had 2 that I saw yesterday. I would have been happy in either. So I sent it. This woman had called me yesterday when I was on my way to the first one, and says, "I'm here. I can answer any questions that you have." And I said, "Okay, fine." So she sent me more information. So I sent her back a bunch of questions, and then she sent me an email this morning going, "Hey, I noticed that you had a look in this thing. Do you have any questions?" And I'm like, "Did you not really?" So I sent her back the email that I just basically copied and pasted the email and sent it back to her. Then I went and had a look on their website. I thought, I've got to find this. Surely there's got to be somewhere on their website that I can find this information. So normally on Sundays, I try to stay offline as much as possible. That didn't happen today. So I went looking, and I finally found out all of their pet policy and everything else, and got in there, and they had a long list. And I go like this long list because you might think, well, that's short. Yeah, it's just, I've seen lists for breeds that are this long, and this was a long one in comparison. And they turn around and I'm going down through the list, and there's German Shepherd, and there's a breed that they will not allow. They had a big list. This is one of the biggest lists I have seen for breeds that they do not allow inside their properties that they rent. And I'm like, okay, that one's off the list. And so pulled up the different programs that I go to, the different sites I go to looking for rentals, and if I saw, and so I have my little list here of companies that do not allow to have German Shepherds, even if it's a mixed breed, even if it's a mini German Shepherd. No, if it's got German Shepherd in it, they're not interested. So I had this little list, and I'm going through, and if I see it's that, I'm going hide. So all I'm left with on the map is the ones that will allow you to have German Shepherds. And there was a couple that were in places that I was like, yeah, I don't know about that area. Not so sure about that area, and things like that. So I finally ended up applying for the second one I saw yesterday, and it was pretty easy doing that because everything was just upload. And then I get to this point, and I'm like, oh, I wrote the wrong company name in there. Oh, I need to like on their chat thing going, how do I do this? How do I do that? And they go, when you get to the end of this, because I have so many different sources of income coming in, I'm like, well, I have multiple sources of income coming in. How do I list them? They said, when you get to the end of that one, I'll ask if you have any more that you want to list. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's easy enough. I said, well, if I make a mistake, like write down the wrong company name and put the wrong income with it, how do I go back? And they go, oh, it's down here and where it was, you got the screen here. The chat's here in the bottom right-hand corner, right? Underneath the chat window are these 2 little buttons that were so, everything's up here in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Everything up here, and then you got this big wide screen and nothing, and then down here in the corner in the bottom right, you got these 2 little buttons, which was a forward arrow and a back arrow. I'm like, oh, I didn't see those little tiny buttons in the bottom of the screen down there. So I finally figured out the back button and how to add the extra income and all that, and finally got everything put in there, and so now we're waiting. But you have to prove that your monthly income is 3 times what the rent is. Like 3 times. Another one was 2.5 times the rent had to be your monthly income. I'm like, okay. And then they came back to me and said, oh, are you doing this by yourself? And I went, yeah. Is that a problem? And they're like, well, based on the income that we can prove. I'm like, what do you mean that you can prove? I've already given you all the income, and it's all there in black and white in the statements and everything. And then I said, did you look at this? Did you look at that? I went down the list, and it's like, oh, well, we can only prove this much, which means we can only qualify you for this rent. And I'm like, and it was like, was it like? It was less than $1,500 a month. And I'm like, and what sort of place would you rent me for that amount that has a fully fenced backyard for my dog? I said, because that is a non-negotiable thing. Haven't heard anything back since. But who knows what they will do? Who knows what they'll do? Because they did miss a lot of the income action, and they ended up getting me to upload 6 months worth of bank statements. 6 months, so they could prove the income and everything else. And so, well, make sure you look at this and make sure you look at that, and when you look at this, you need to know this, that, and the other thing. And so we'll just wait and see. But I know that there is one thing that I put in there, which will put me over the edge. So we will see if they will accept it. That will be interesting. So that was my kind of sort of relaxing day. we had a lazy start. I mean, Zeffie didn't make an appearance until 8 o'clock. And so when she made an appearance, like, oh, okay, now I need to go and shower and get dressed and we can go for a walk. So that's what I did. So we didn't get back from that till like 9:30 it was. We got back from that. And it was already over 80 degrees at that time in the morning. And we both came back, and I took the harness off her, and she ran straight to the water bowl. I went straight to my water bottle, and we're both like glug, 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 glug. She was like splash, splash, splash with the lapping and all that sort of stuff. But yeah. So that's kind of been the day, is sorting all of that out. And I also this company also requires their pets to be screened. And so I had to go in and put all of that information in. And two of the things that they needed was a front shot of the dog sitting, and a full side one of the dog standing. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun, because you pull out the camera and Zeffie's like not looking at her. Occasionally she will, and you get some really good photos. So, but then you got to upload the photographs. So I had to bribe her. I actually had to block off the hallway to the bedroom so she would stay here. And I got her in front of the stove there, and managed to get one of her sitting and one of her standing, and got them some. It was a lot of work, because I put out treats which she likes, and she was refusing them. So she was refusing to do whatever she wanted, so she wouldn't get those treats because she didn't want the treats. So then I went and put other treats out, and she's like, oh, I like those ones. So we did end up getting a nap finally in this afternoon, and but as far as having a nice, quiet, relaxing day, yeah, that didn't happen today. And I ended up doing some work as well on the travel side of things. So because I've got some exciting stuff coming up with that, and I have a deadline of making sure I get it done by, I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, but I want to try and get it done early. So that took up some time as well, while dealing with all the rental stuff that was going on and trying to get pictures of Zeffie as well. So it was kind of over Serenity Sunday, but well, a lot of what I was doing wasn't to do with work, except for the little travel bit that I was doing. But what did you guys do for a Serenity Sunday? Did you spend time with family, with friends? Did you just kick back, relax, and do nothing? I had plans on watching a movie today. I might do it this evening. We'll see. Trying to figure out when I'm going to do my classic festival. I've done the Star Wars ones. I've done the Hobbit ones. I've done the Lord of the Rings ones. What else have I done? I've done the James Bond ones, which I do every November. What other ones? Oh, and I've done the Christmas ones. What other ones have I done? I need to do a classic one. And I've got up there to watch, let's see, Around the World in 80 Days with David Niven. It's 3 hours and 1 minute. Because whenever I start that one, I'm leaving. I always leave some long movie on for Zeffie, and so when I get back, I can pause it and see how much of it's played, so I know how long I was away for, and know how much of a lecture I'm going to get. But I've got Around the World in 80 Days with David Niven. We've got Strangers on a Train, North by Northwest, Breakfast at Tiffany's. What are some of the other ones I've got? The Great Escape. I know there's some other ones up there. I've got a few. Can't see them from here, but I'm trying to remember what they all are. So we're going to be doing a Classic Movies Fest at some point soon. It's sort of like I need to do a movie fest, and classic one sounds like a good one. Just do classic movies. These are movies from the 30s, 40s. Oh, How to Marry a Millionaire with Marilyn Monroe. I love that movie. That's just a really cool movie. What's the one where they dress up as women? Oh, Some Like It Hot. Got that one. That's where. Oh, jeepers! I can see their faces. They dress up as women to go along with a woman's band. It's got Marilyn Monroe in it as well. But Some Like It Hot, yeah, where the guys dress up as women. They're escaping. What else? Oh, Rear Window, another one. I'm trying to think. I did Breakfast at Tiffany's, didn't I? I got a whole list of them, and so I figure I could probably almost maybe do one a night for a month with what I have in the old movies that are from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. I think I might have a couple of 70 ones in there too, but they're the classics. They're classic. What are some of your favorite classic movies? And I'll see if I have them in my collection up there. I have some on DVD. I have some digital. But I think it's time to do a classics movie fest. Yeah. Maybe when I get, I know I'm going to do it. That's going to be a celebration when I get to move into my new place, once I get one, because I can then get the whole setup done. I can sit down and relax and watch movies and snuggle with Zeffie while we watch the movies. Yes. We had a snuggle lesson with Zeffie today because she's not sometimes she doesn't like to snuggle very much, but I finally got her to come and actually snuggle up and curl up in front of me today. And she did it voluntarily, which was really cool because she hasn't done that before. And I like snuggling with her. And there's times I'll just pick her up and walk around with her, just hugging her that way. But because I have such short arms, she kind of ends up with her head up here. Anyway, I'm rambling. I got a puppy that needs to go for a walk. Today was Serenity Sunday. It was mostly serene and calm and relaxing. I just wasn't offline like I like to be on Sundays. But hey, extenuating circumstances. We're trying to get into a place before the end of the month so I can get my stuff out of storage and I don't have to pay storage for June. Because yes, so trying very hard to get that done. Anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a here she comes. Come on. You want to come up here? No, we're just going to stand at the end of the bench and turn our butt to you so you give me scratches. So Serenity Sunday is all about unplugging and doing other things, and I didn't really get to unplug as much today as I would have liked. So we're going to go offline now, and then we're going to be offline for the rest of the evening, and then back into the swing of things for an amazing. This coming week's going to be absolutely incredible. It is. I feel it in my bones. You can feel it in my soul that this week is going to be amazing and incredible and full of so much cool stuff that's going to be happening. I can't wait. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkly evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening. We have a guest coming on, and we have another one on Tuesday. So we have one on Monday, one on Tuesday. I think that's what I have for this week. Yes, I have 2 guests, Monday and Tuesday this week, and I'm trying to get others lined up as well. Definitely Monday we have a guest tomorrow night, and Tuesday we also have a guest. So you want to mark those on your calendar. You will see them into the Facebook, on Facebook when I put them into my profiles and stuff when I do the pre-scheduling tomorrow. So you'll be able to see who our guest is and come and join us tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific with a guest, and you'll have to come along and find out all about her. But she's a really cool person, and we have a lot in common and have been on we've had similar life experiences. I will tell you that. Anyway, go have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Catch you guys back here at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Ekonara.